Hi Willow community, I am Kalia and I will be leading you in 3 mindful breaths. Put one hand on your chest and one hand on your tummy. You may close your eyes if you like. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. You're going to be doing this 2 more times. In through your nose and out through your mouth. One more. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Lucas, and today I'll read you a poem called Hug-O-War by Shel Silverstein. I will not play tug-o-war. I'd rather play hug-o-war, where everyone hugs instead of tugs, and everyone giggles and rolls on the rug, where everyone kisses and everyone grins, and everyone goes and everyone wins.
Lucas, how did you decide to share Hug-O-War with us when you were thinking about forgiveness?
I remember this poem from when my dad and I would read it from When the Sidewalk Ends. I thought about it, and it's so much nicer when people let go of their anger and just enjoy spending time together.
Hi, Willow community. This is Damien, Aura, and Jackson, and we are going to share some forgiveness thoughts.
When they bruise you with words, when they make you feel small, it is hardest to take and must do nothing at all.
The word sorry has so many emotions. It also is a cure. When you forgive, you can be sure that your life is back on track. Please, my dear, bring back my lost cheer. I am sorry.
Forgiveness is the best form of love. It takes a strong person to say just sorry, and an even stronger person to forgive.
Bye!
There's a light on in the attic. Through the house is a dark and shuttered. I can see a flickering flutter and I know what it's about. There's a light on in the attic. I can see it from the outside and I know you're on the inside looking out.
So the reason that poem stood out to me was that it's basically that the house is, so you know how someone is kind of mean to you sometimes? So it's like their heart is that dark house, and the dark house, the dark part of the house is the mean part, and then there's the light inside, which is the goodness in him. And if you forgive someone, the light becomes bigger, the goodness light becomes bigger, and it makes the person who is being mean to you get a little more nicer to you.
April is National Poetry Month. Poetry is a good way for expressing your feelings, and one way to forgiveness. It is to write about either what you did wrong or something you want to forgive.
Hi, I'm Catherine, and I would like to share some quotes that made me think of forgiveness. 1. Raise a glass to freedom, something they can never take away. John Lawrence in the musical Hamilton. 2. I'm not going to throw away my shot. Alexander Hamilton from the musical Hamilton. I thought about how the United States and Great Britain had in the musical Hamilton to forgive and move on, but we never forgot. 4. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Martin Luther King Jr. This beautiful quote made me think if people hold hate for each other, there can be no peace.
Hi, my name is Hazel Vassar, and I'm going to be reading 2 poems. One I wrote, and one is by Maya Angelou. The first one is by Maya Angelou, and it's probably one of my favorites. A bird doesn't sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. That is one of my. That is one. That is the Maya Angelou one, and the one I wrote is, if you need a hug, hug me. If you need a talk, talk to me. And if you need a friend, ask me. Those were the 2 poems that I thought about when I thought of forgiveness, because every time I'm like mad at somebody, I sometimes yell, but I always ask them to forgive me, and that's what I thought of, because people sometimes yell at me and don't forgive me for a long time, so I just thought about it for a long time, and I came up with a lot of poems, but some didn't really go with forgiveness, but yeah, and I think forgiveness is not about forgetting what's happening. It's just about forgiving the person and not move on, but just forgetting it, and yeah.
Hi, my name is Kendall, and I'm going to be reading one poem that I really like. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I hurt people, but when I say I'm sorry, I mean it.
When I think of forgiveness, I think of Sadako's life story. Sadako was 2 when the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima. It carried a poison that made everybody deathly sick. Up until 7th grade, she was a regular girl, but when she was 5, she had dizziness fits. She grew ill for leukemia. A legend says that if you fold 1,000 paper cranes, you will be cured. In her time in the hospital, she met a boy named Kenji. The day after she met him, he died. She managed to fold 644 cranes before she died on October 25th, 1955. There are shrines for Sadako all over Japan and the world. She has become a symbol of innocent victims of nuclear war. I think that forgiveness is very important for peace.
What I would like to share about forgiveness is our class value. We have a class contract, and one of our values is to let go and move on. And I share that with my class because forgiveness is a choice to let go of anger towards someone who has hurt you and to think, feel, and act with kindness to this person. I think that sometimes we think forgiveness makes us weak, that we're giving in, and I believe that it takes courage and strength to forgive. I also think that forgiveness is not about forgetting or condoning what the person has done to you or what has happened, or even putting up with being hurt. I think that you can forgive while still seeking justice. I also believe that forgiveness is different than reconciling with someone, which means that they would apologize and you would accept their apology. I believe that you can forgive without receiving an apology. So my class made up some hand signals to go with our class values. For example, when we say be here, we are here. And let go, move on. We talked and thought of lots of different ones, but in Hawaii or other places too, we do a hang loose, like a shaka. And when we say let go and we move on, we mean it's all good and we forgive.